My name is Vuyi Chaza. I am an illustrator / graphic designer and businesswoman. I run 3 different organizations. One is called Visuals by Vuyi, which is where I do the graphic design, illustration, and digital media marketing. That's currently where I make the most cash money, which is great. And I also run the Female Visual Digital Network, which is basically it's creating a safe space for women to teach and be taught things that aren't traditionally considered feminine. And then starting another organization called We Graft, where you'll be able to trade your online skills or your product here in Zimbabwe and overseas. So we need to talk about the socio-economic and gender inclusion in the arts, because if I look at my country right now, definitely I'm privileged. 100% I'm privileged. I already, coming into this game already, I have an unfair advantage because of what I was exposed to as a kid. I had access, I had tools, and I had exposure. So now when I actually start to do the thing practically, I'm ahead of the game already because of what I was exposed to. So there, first of all, isn't that much. If you're not inherently artistic, you are at a socio-economic disadvantage in the community, you're not going to get access to books about Goya. You're just not going to get it. So what does that mean? Especially now when we're talking about COVID, I don't think that there is a post-COVID era. I think that we're in it. We're in the new normal. I hate that. In the new normal. I think that the conditions of lockdown might change, but I don't think that COVID is going away anytime soon. Meaning that we have to start thinking about how do we reach people? Because I could say, let's teach people online. But do people even have access to data? Is that something that people have? Is data affordable? And if they buy data, do they really want to be taught again? Or maybe this is now how we're going to operate, because it is indeed the new normal. So these are the kinds of questions that I would like to explore and would like to ask is, first of all, we're excluding large entire groups of people to an entire creative economy. The entire creative economy is massive. It's not just confined to Zimbabwe. It's global. The gig economy is huge. But the thing is that people here, especially, I'm not going to even generalize, I'm going to talk about Zimbabwe, I'm going to talk about Harare, don't have access to the simplest basic things like data. And then you talk about now they get data. Now they need the tools to practice what they've been learning. Do they have a laptop? Do they have a capable smartphone? There are really, I feel, basic things that people need to get ahead in this particular game. The creative economy is massive, and we need to start thinking. I don't have all the answers, and I'm really, excited and inspired to see what kinds of conversations we can come up, or conclusions we can come up from with this platform. I really lost my English there for a second, but I think asking the basic thing is, does someone have access? Do they have tools? And do they have exposure? And can you teach creativity? Because creativity is inherently subjective. However, I feel that you can begin to teach somebody to have a design eye. I feel like you can begin to teach somebody to recognize something that could be aesthetically pleasing or beautifully sounding. And I would love to be a part of that. I would love to be a part of a conversation where we start to teach design thinking, we start to teach creativity, and we start actually giving and granting people somehow access to data and access to tools, that are affordable. And I think that's what I'd have to say. Just ask the basic questions is, when we're talking about inclusion, is do they have access, do they have tools, and do they have exposure?